everybody. This is Andy Biggs, my co-host Lenny Bruce. Welcome to episode 13 of the Nonsense Zone. We were just discussing about how seconds before I hit the record button, every time he makes me laugh. So, I mean, if you've noticed, every episode starts with me laughing like a fool. Yeah.
Oh, what a fool.
Yes, exactly. What a fool. I have a surprise for Lenny Bruce. I think I've learned a new trick here, and I'm going to use it to surprise Lenny Bruce. For weeks now, we've been discussing David Lee Roth.
Ooh.
And how Len says that he looks like an ostrich.
He does.
I think I've figured out how to share pictures, in which case I'm going to show our fans a picture of David Lee Roth, and you can tell us if you think that David Lee Roth looks like an ostrich.
Diamond Dave.
Oh. There we go. That's David Lee Roth.
He cuts his head right off.
I mean, does he look like an? I mean, I don't know if he looks like an ostrich or not. Actually, hold on.
Now where's Diamond?
There's a picture of David Lee Roth. Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's the comparison picture.
Oh, it never gets old.
So that would be David Lee Roth on the left, and
stunt double on the right.
Right, exactly. so there's.
I just cannot believe what
This is my favorite, though. I mean, this is
Like,
David Lee Roth in action. Diamond Dave.
That's him when he found out cannabis was legal.
He's a happy guy.
Oh man, he was like, no more hiding behind the bushes.
Yep, so that was my surprise. That was my surprise for Len.
That was a pleasant surprise.
I hope you liked it.
Oh.
Yes.
For those who just don't have the time or really don't care enough, now they know.
Now they know. I mean, unfortunately, I apologize to our Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon Music listeners that don't have the video, or the visual. But
you know, it's funny.
YouTube people, you got to experience that.
You know, people are going to look up what he used to look like, and they're going to be very disappointed.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like I said, none of us are going to look like when we were, 20, 25 years old. But
Sure.
Diamond Dave, come on.
Diamond.
I wouldn't leave the house, Diamond.
I don't think he does much. No, he's got a residency in Las Vegas, I guess, and he's going to retire once it's up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully he dropped the diamond.
Yeah, I don't think he calls himself Diamond Dave.
He's not a shining star anymore.
No, I'm pretty sure he dropped that a long time ago. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Can you imagine if an ostrich got out at the same zoo he was visiting?
They wouldn't know which one to go after.
They chased him down, cornered him, and caged
throwing
him
David
up.
Lee Roth in the cage. Let me out here. Woo!
Yeah, strikingly, he looks familiar. That'd be good stuff.
I also have some sad news to start the show.
Oh.
OJ Simpson is dead.
Oh.
I heard this today. For those of you who don't know, OJ Simpson was a Hall of Fame running back for the Buffalo Bills. He was a movie star. He was in The Naked Gun, among other things. He also brutally murdered his ex-wife and some guy that was delivering some sunglasses home to her. An NFL broadcaster. He was on Monday Night Football and NBC, and he was a golfing fanatic. So yes.
In what order?
So,
and he ended up going to jail for stealing football memorabilia.
Yes. Yeah, he brutally murdered two people and then got arrested for breaking into a place and robbing his own stuff.
That's my football. You're not going to get away with this, OJ. No.
And then he got out and he tried to be like a social media presence. Too.
Oh yeah. Well, think about the pressure that man was under his whole life. He had the initials, but he went by OJ. It's like you're one of the world's most popular fruit drinks.
Oh, they called him the Juice.
The Juice.
They called him the Juice.
I mean, picture him at a function, a party or something. If there was a pause in between say, would you like something to drink, OJ? He would think that you're asking him if he would like that fruity drink. He'd be like, no, thank you. I'm diabetic. I'm diabetic.
I don't even like it.
OJ.
I'm no, apple juice.
OJ? You offer me OJ one more time, and I swear I'll knife you to death in your own kitchen. OJ!
I'll cut your head off. Like, Ron, you were telling him the story. I said, Ron Goldman. It's like, why? Why? I can't remember why I walked into the kitchen, but I can remember Ron Goldman was the guy that OJ Simpson almost cut his head off. I don't know why I remember that.
I think he did it because the man had a normal name. He went by Ron.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
OJ just...
I don't want people to call me Juice anymore.
Build up inside. I mean...
Mm-hmm.
He was a football player, an actor, and a murderer, yet he was called OJ.
Mm-hmm.
OJ.
There was the historic now slow speed chase with the white Bronco, where he had Al Cowlings, who apparently it was his first time sitting in a vehicle. He was a little nervous. OJ said, "Let's get out of here. They'll catch us." And he went on to drive 15 miles an hour down the thruway.
Yeah.
Well, every cop in the state of California followed him.
People pass him on bicycles and whatnot.
Amish buggies.
Meanwhile, the Juice
California
Amish.
Down.
California.
Yeah.
The yuppie odors.
Yuppie odors.
The Juice was laying down in the back seat of a Ford Bronco. What an idiot. Imagine if the guy just got sick and pulled over and be like, get the fuck out. This is stupid.
I think I'm doing like 90.
Yeah, after he lets him out, he speeds off.
Right.
What an idiot. I wouldn't be friends with anybody called OJ. I don't care.
No?
No. I couldn't. I just couldn't.
What if his name was Oscar and his father's name was Oscar, and instead of calling himself Oscar Jr., he went by OJ?
I don't know. I mean, I guess with all the jokes that would go along with it, I could probably tolerate it.
Yeah.
What was his real name again?
Orenthal James. Why I knew that, I don't know.
Orenthal.
Again, the weird shit that I remember, I couldn't.
Dude, that guy was bound to be a murderer right out of the gate.
Yeah, he named your kid Orenthal.
Orenthal
James.
Picture him signing that out. Orenthal.
When he was learning his letters. The teachers had to look it up.
Yeah, I bet they kicked him out for that. I'm not gonna call this guy Orenthal for the next 6 months. No, get out of my class, Orenthal. If you were an OJ, you'd be an honor student.
That's right. Anyways, fuck him. Fuck him. He's a murderer.
He could piss himself royally. What else you got there, Andy?
Oh, let's see. Very quickly. I ran a half marathon. Now I have another one coming up. Just a quick recap of the half marathon. As I was running, first of all, it was cold with the wind chill, very windy. With the wind chill, it was like 20 degrees. As I was running, I came across, I was probably 10 feet away from someone's lawn that had about 30 geese in it.
Oh.
And I thought to myself while I was running, I should chase those geese.
You should.
Especially I was like middle of the pack running, so people would witness. So I don't know which would be funnier. You tell me, because you're a funny guy. If I went to chase the geese and they just annihilated, beat the shit out of me, just totally bested me in every way, or if the geese didn't even flinch, they weren't scared of me, they weren't, whatever, they just run. I go running into and the geese just look at me. I don't know which one would be funnier.
You know which way I'm going with this, Andy. It'd be funnier if they mauled you near death on somebody's front lawn.
Yeah, that's true. And then all the other runners walk by and see it happening, and
not even giving two shits.
I don't care.
Yeah, you betcha. Like, fuck him.
So these are the type of thoughts that I amuse myself with. Also, sometimes I get text messages from my friend saying funny names. Yeah.
I purposely sent like a little mental. I was like, well, if it starts at 9, and give them the benefit of the doubt they're running a little late. I won't jump the gun and just float a text. I'll wait until about 10:30ish when he's huffing and puffing and the geese are just a rolling, and I'll give him
And so then there's people like around me wondering, why is this asshole laughing behind me? There's nobody. He's not talking to anybody. That definitely got me. I chuckled a couple of times because of Len's text messages that get read to me through my earbuds.
Yeah.
I got to experience a windy hothouse. At the halfway point, the wind was blowing so strong that I got in the hothouse to wee. And that
did you hurry?
The hothouse was rocking. I don't know that really hurt. Well, I kind of want to get done, yeah. So I probably hurried a little bit. Let me tell you, people that are aware of shrinkage from swimming, running has its own form of shrinkage too. I mean,
well, that little mushroom cap's bouncing around in there and rubbing on everything.
When you're running, yeah. So I would say, what?
And put yourself in his shoes. God damn it!
Actually, you look just like him.
Mm-hmm.
About mile 9, I start questioning my choices that I've made in life. You know, it's been like, why the fuck am I doing this? So as cold as it was, and I was noticing it, before the run started, there was a dude wearing plain gray sweatpants, no shoes, no shirt.
Oh, perfect.
Little chuckle. Look at this guy. You know, it's 20 degrees. We're all like shivering and trying to stay warm before they go in, and he's just as cool as can be.
Good.
All the girls are wearing their expensive Lululemon stuff, and he's wearing a pair of Walmart sweatpants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder what his name was.
And then he passed me with 500 feet to go before the finish line.
In the sweatpants?
In the sweatpants, no shirt, barefoot.
Oh, Andy.
I'm like running along. I'm almost to the finish line. All I'm thinking about is finishing at that point. And I hear, and there, sure enough, there was a guy masturbating. And it was, this guy just blows right by me with no shirt, no shoes.
Dude, you got passed by Mr. Sweatpants.
I did. He passed me.
If you only saw him coming, you could have tripped him.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know, like, filthy fuck.
Yeah.
Well, did you see him at the finish line too? Was he?
Yeah, he was chatting people up. He was talking to my mother-in-law and different people.
Imagine if he just pointed you out like that.
I shook his hand. Yeah. I shook his hand. We were introduced.
Oh. Yeah. Did you comment on the sweatpants? Were you like, oh, those are some nice sweatpants? Like, I heard him coming. I heard him coming and saw him going.
He was from Maine. He traveled from Maine just for this little run in Potsdam.
Because
it was a Boston Marathon qualifier. I didn't qualify, by the way. I don't know if I did or not. I wouldn't do it if I did. But
he kind of cheated, Andy. Lightened his load. He had sweatpants on.
Sweatpants and no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Oh, dude, his pickle was in there just like sweatpants. That's just Free Willy.
Man, it was so cold too. I just couldn't.
Yeah. You should have dropped him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Years of knowing you, my commando friend. I don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Especially when his little doorstop comes out because it's 20 degrees out.
Now he's angry and he's like,
I came from Maine to do this. I'm embarrassed. You New Yorkers are something else.
I'm embarrassed.
Never come again. I had red sweatpants for the Boston Marathon. He probably dead. He's probably dead.
Yeah, he might be.
No shoes, too. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
somebody should have laid out a bunch of tacks at the finish line.
There's a whole thing in it, and it almost freaking crippled me. And I'm not going to talk about running much longer, but it just there's a whole reel of thought that actually running barefoot is better for you. Because that's your way your body was intended, and it wasn't intended to run on cushioning and stuff like that. And my father-in-law has been reading up on it, and he got 0 padded shoes and stuff. And I got some less padded shoes, and I went for a run after the half marathon, and I thought I was going to die. My feet were just like throbbing, and I was like, I need padding. Screw that.
Yeah, that goes back to the sheepskin condom thing. No. Is it really better for you?
I don't know.
Diamond. Diamond. He made a quick appearance. I wonder if he's got like this rope hanging in his cellar constantly, and with a punky wooden stool under it, and every night he's just like, I don't know.
Today's the day.
I mean, I was Diamond Dave, and now I look like the world's favorite ostrich. That punky stool looks mighty fine.
And then something talks him out of it this day. There's always could be tomorrow. It could be tomorrow.
I am in Vegas. Sick. And OJ's dead.
Moment of silence for OJ.
Oh, fuck it.
He did it again, and you know what I noticed? Last time you knocked your snowball over, your sound wasn't right the rest of the show.
Look at it now. It's being anti. Look at this snowball, this motherfucking fucking thing. You're saying now it's taller than it was. Look at it go.
Sorry,
you idiot.
He fixed it. Wow, you're struggling, Len.
I'm just gonna sit still.
Perfectly still.
Mm-hmm. They say if you fidget too much, you're bound to get hemorrhoids. Things are shifting and pushing, and
they say that.
Roids, yeah. You ever wonder who they
are?
Who's
say
they? They always get blamed for everything.
I don't like them.
When you try to cover up, or somebody's trying to beat around the bush, like, well, they say, they say, or I heard.
Oh yeah.
Everybody hears. Everybody. Mm-hmm. They, David, Diamond. I wonder if David Lee Roth ever hears that they said something.
Oh,
they say I look like an ostrich now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard I'm being called an ostrich
on this podcast that 3 people listen to.
3.5.
3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
There's a fellow that lost his hearing.
He just looks at it. Is that David Lee Roth?
You ever watch with the caption? You ever watch with the caption? Sometimes, like some names and stuff kind of come up all screwy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like your bird that I thought his name was Polly the whole time, and it was Polly.
Polly. Like Polly want a cracker.
You're saying Polly.
Polly.
See, Polly was Rocky's brother-in-law. Polly wanted a cracker.
Polly.
Right.
Yes. People are still watching. How is it?
Oh, yeah.
How? I don't know why.
He's got it right.
No. He said Polly, but he said Polly.
Polly,
No.
Mm-hmm. These guys are fools, and we hate them. However, the many comments we get, I did see that one I told you about that was in a completely different language, a bunch of squiggly lines and then a bunch of hearts and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah. Either they're bilingual or they just love everything.
Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you.
That was awesome. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Keep them coming. Can't understand them, but everybody knows what a heart is. So
yeah, exactly. We could read the hearts. So the hearts were nice.
Yeah,
I have some funny. Well, yeah, no, go on.
Coming down to thinking about it, I was thinking the pandemic came around, and it kind of made me think of a lot of different things. Like the buffets. You go and you're sharing the spoons, and people are picking and wiping and scratching.
You need to get over that, because one of my favorite things in the world was you and I going to the buffet.
I know. And then like the handshakes. If everybody's got a dominant hand, so you do a lot of personal things with your dominant hand, whether you wash it or not. So when you meet somebody, complete strangers most of the time, they stick their dominant hand out, and you put yours out and shake their hand. The places that hand's been.
I regret that the elbow bump didn't take off.
Oh, I know. Even the fists is doable.
The fist works fine, but I mean the elbow bump. You just give up.
Yeah, you're way off there. Like, how you doing? Good.
That should have been a thing. That should have really taken off, and it didn't.
Imagine if the peck. the peck came in. You ever run into the kissers? The
Oh
kissers?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I know a kisser. We know a kisser.
Mm.
Yeah, you know the hoot. I won't say. Maybe off air, I'll tell you. But
Okay.
no matter what, you could have shit smeared all over your face, and you're still gonna get a kiss.
Cheek?
They go for the lips.
For the lips. Wow.
I forced a cheek. I forced a, but always heading for the lips.
Yeah. No. Uncalled for.
No.
Elbow.
Oh. But anyways, you go right ahead, Andy. You were going to say something about your genitals.
Yeah. So my genitals. No. No. I have some funny news. I was going to jump into that. First, actually, a couple shout outs first. I'd like to say to some of our best fans. Not best fans. You're all good. Some of our most vocal fans that reach out to us are Jack Sibley. Hope you're doing well, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you. Chris Stransky, his wife Becky Stransky, had a chance to bump into them this week. Actually,
I'm jealous.
That was a pleasant experience. I'm really happy to bump into them. Bumped into Jason Streeter also this week. I had a good week with bumpins, and I don't always like bumpins.
I missed that guy.
Yeah, so I wanted to give a shout out to those guys that have been supportive. And Rich Baxter shoots me a text every now and then. It's been good to hear from all of you. So,
I love them all. Love them all.
Love the bump-ins. So that was cool.
We got to get everybody in one room somehow or somewhere. Maybe clothing will be optional.
Clothing optional, of course. It always was. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of laughs.
Even funnier now.
Oh,
Yeah.
We would have to have an ambulance on hand, just because one of us, if not more of us, are gonna pass out from laughing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially if people come in like one by one, like if you had a big barbecue or something. Oh, like, oh, there's a little SUV pulling up. Who's that? Like, oh my God.
I've thought before that it would be hilarious to have a stage and then call people out one by one without knowing what they look like now.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even put a picture up of their senior picture or
something. Oh
my
God, yeah.
And then be like, and here they are now, and we would all laugh at which one of us looks worse, because we all look worse.
Oh, now that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be a hilarious.
It would be typical us, so it'd be like just a jog down memory lane.
Absolutely, yeah.
And some of us, oh man, I could keep myself up at night laughing about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, even if you put in like a little entry tune to it too,
Little, yeah. I think we need theme wrestling style theme music. Oh, yeah. That could be a good time.
I like that, Andy.
Anyways, I have some funny news. All right. Yeah. We're going to start off with yet another airline one.
Oh, I love airlines.
Airline passenger, he was fined in Sydney, Australia for urinating in a cup.
Oh, my specialty.
I know. This is I thought of that when I was like, man, another chance to talk about weird places that Len has peed.
Uncountable.
This guy was 53 years old. He was fined 600 Australian dollars, which equals $395 US. And said that the incident became public attention after another passenger in the same row turned him in and talked publicly about it. She said that she and her 15-year-old daughter were sitting in the aisle in the middle seats when the man was sitting at the window, and she said that she heard the unmistakable sound of a man peeing into a cup.
He didn't want to bother them.
Right.
And he had the window seat too, Who knows what the scenery was? I'm giving up this seat for another.
There have been times, especially on flight. I can think of one flight in particular that I had to pee so bad when the flight landed, and you're not supposed to get up at that point. And I'm like, can I even use the bathroom at this point? Because we're parked. But I almost couldn't stand up. I was like, oh, I gotta go so bad. I would have paid, if I knew it was going to be a $395 fee, I would have paid the $395 fine. That's how uncomfortable I was.
That's like, before, I don't know, before things got really strict, I used to have to get 3/4 shit face before I'd fly.
I still do.
Yeah, it's more enjoyable anyways. But I remember that time I was sitting by myself and I had a little woman on my left that spoke no English, and I don't even know who was on my right, but I had some drinks beforehand and I mixed up a doozy before we took off. So I was like having a grand old time by myself, and of course didn't have much for conversation because the lady next to me couldn't understand a word I said anyways, but I had fun with that. I had fun with that. But
Sure.
then the flight gets delayed for some reason, and we sit there like a bunch of fools until my buzz wore off.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, I basically sobered up, and I was like, "This is a bunch of bullshit." I should have kicked the woman out next to me. Go, you're gonna have to go.
I got denied a beer on a plane once.
Oh,
yeah. So I had been drinking all day because I'd been traveling all day, and I was flying comfort class. You get free beer.
oh.
And yeah, I think we had started our descent, and I was sitting in the front row, and this flight attendant was sitting in the little chair in front of me, and I just like, hey, do you think I could get another beer? And she's like, no, we're landing. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, how about a shot?
Just trying to get in. Yeah.
Just trying to get it. You know what's funny? We were in Syracuse Airport years ago, and it was like 6 a.m. and I was like, I didn't sleep all night because I don't really care to fly. I do, but I don't like to.
Yep.
And I was like sitting there, and our flight got delayed, of course, because that's just the way it rolls. And I was looking at the bar; it was empty. There wasn't a bottle of booze in sight. And I'm thinking, boy, what I wouldn't give for a few drinks right now. Well, this kind of barely age legal to drink couple went up there. Next thing I know, this woman comes out and she serves them up a couple beers. I'm like, oh! So I went up there. I was like, can we order like booze? She's like, yes. I was like, oh. I was like, well, give me like 3 drafts and an Angry Orchard. And I looked over my shoulder like, you want anything? Oh man, did I have a doozy that day. And the more the flight kept getting pushed off, and I was like getting more annoyed. So I was thinking, keep coming.
Oh, I remember you texted me once that your flight was delayed, and I said, dude, go to the bar, get shit faced. It'll be the best $100 you ever spent.
Oh, and was it ever? By the time I got on that plane, I was like, cut the hubbub, bud. Let's get this bird off the ground.
I remember a time that I go to Vegas. I try to go to Vegas every year. Vegas is my happy place. And the first time I went by myself, and it was so much fun going by myself. But I went by myself, and I had 2 layovers. So, I mean, I was flying all day. I was so shit-faced by the time I got to Vegas. But it was fine. Yeah, I mean, I had a good time. But...
Well, I swore up and down that I like in a vehicle or a plane, I just can't fall asleep, unless I'm driving. But so I told the flight attendant, and I was 2 of these and a couple of those. And next thing you know, I think we were going to San Francisco at the time. And I finally went out. Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I could go for a little nap. And I woke up just before the wheels hit. And she's like, good morning, Sleeping Beauty. I was like, hell yeah. Made a liar out of myself.
So last time I flew, I took a morning flight to Vegas. And I got bumped. I was like, well, it's 6 a.m. So I guess I'm not going to get shit-faced this flight. So whatever. I got bumped to first class for a short flight. It wasn't anything fancy or anything. Just the seat was a little wider. That's it. But then I got free mimosas. So, I mean, there goes OJ. OJ. Yeah. There goes my, I guess I'm not drinking this flight, because the guy next to me is like, I didn't even see him on the menu. He's like, I'll take a mimosa. I was like, that sounds good. And then every time she walked by, she's like, you want another one? I was like, hell yeah. I had like 4 mimosas in a 1-hour flight.
That's the nice thing about, I guess I'll toot my own horn, because I'm lucky to be one of the people that I can talk to anybody and I can get along with anybody, basically. Always kind of been that way. Well, I made pals with a male flight attendant, and every time he went by, he would shoot me 2 shooters of like Jack Daniels. Every time he went by, and I was like, hell yeah. I give you a little wink. I'm like, oh, whatever you want, Papa Bear. Yeah. Whatever you want. Not that. This guy's trying to get me drunk.
You said whatever.
Giving me these. Maybe two more.
Yeah. All right. The last part of this story was that the lady that turned him in said the man was obviously quite drunk and he spilled his urine on the flight attendant as he left the plane.
He did. We're friends now. I like that, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Imagine if they had to blow out the stairs because the stairs weren't working or something. He had to jump out with his pee.
Dude, so I flew the first time no, it wasn't the first time I flew. It was one of the times I flew. I remember there was this quite jovial guy, flight attendant. He stood out, and then like a week later, I saw in the news that he got fired or he quit, and he pulled the inflatable stairs, grabbed like 2 Heinekens off the cart, and jumped on the inflatables. He ended up going to jail for that, I think, because that's pretty illegal.
Something about that.
I was like, that was the guy that was on our flight.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
That was probably 2010-ish.
I heard.
You heard. You're they in this situation.
Mm-hmm. They said he had Heineken. Mm-hmm. Heineken.
Yeah. Not a fan.
No. I've had many, many, many different beers, and I've always drank them, but I don't like waste beer. Like I said, I haven't had a beer in almost 2.5 years now, but not for any particular reason, but I had enough, I guess.
I'm guessing you feel better than I do on most days. So,
like I said, I'm not against it. I just naked tripods and
yeah.
Were we drinking a few brewskis the day we took the Hawk for the maiden voyage? I can't remember.
I don't think we were, which makes it even worse.
Yeah. That was a good time. I could tell the story quick.
Go ahead. Yes.
So, I acquired this old motorcycle that I knew that was rotting behind this old barn for years. And it happened to be one of our good buddies' first motorcycles that he ever had. And it was a cute little bike. So I ended up talking to, I think it was his sister-in-law at the time. And she's like, you want it? Come get it. So I was like, oh, no kidding. It'd be a fun project in the wintertime, laid off or whatever. Went and got it. Long story short, brought it home. And it was dangerous to stand up on its own, let alone go down the road. So Andy came over. And I got it fired up, and about 5 pounds of dog food, mouse droppings, and everything else that you could possibly guess would fly out of the exhaust of this motorcycle. Ran for 30 seconds. Gas leaking. Tires were so dry rotted you could stick your fingers in the cracks. And what did we do? We did what every guy should do. Not every guy, but 2 guys. We got on it like a couple of Fruit Loops. And headed to town.
2 miles? 3 miles?
It's like 3 miles from my house to town, yeah. And we jumped on and we went all the way to the university, which is basically right in town. And I don't know how it ran that long. It didn't break down and the tires didn't peel off the rim, but it would have been great if they did.
And then you called me later that day, and I think you told me that after we got off, after I left, you went over and looked at the bike, and there wasn't not a single bolt on that bike was tight.
The axle bolt, there wasn't a tight bolt on that motorcycle. And it's funny because remember we got close to the university, and I remember yelling back like, "If a cop comes, I'm not stopping," because that would just add to the story. It wasn't a fast bike.
No, it was a 400. Was it 400?
Yeah, no helmets on. I mean, the bike was just. I mean, we would have went to jail just to have it on public roads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be great if a cop came and I just took the nearest trail and we wiped out and got handcuffed. Either that or if the front tire just blew to pieces and we skidded down the road. Either or, it would have been a great story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. But we made it back in one piece, which was okay.
We had some adventures, Len.
Oh, yeah.
And that one was a sober adventure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't
went for it.
That thing didn't, probably the first time that thing ran in years. Guaranteed years. And yeah, there wasn't a safe part on it. Oh, man. We had the front tire come off and we just went sailing. Oh, man.
You just rode it home on the back wheel like normal.
Oh, man.
You ended up restoring that bike, and it was quite nice by the time you were done with it.
Turned out really, really nice. In fact, I talked to our buddy. He said it's still kicking. Somebody in Canton has it sitting out in their driveway. I guess they don't use it much, but he said cosmetically it still looks nice.
You take care of a bike, it should last forever.
Oh, that's right, you filthy fucks. That's right.
That's right. So I don't know if you were aware of this, but there was a solar eclipse recently, a couple days ago.
Huh?
Yeah, it really happened. Yeah.
Okay.
On a Mexican station, they accidentally the people thought that they were showing the eclipse. It was actually a light, and this was a news station. It was actually a light, and they saw a pair of balls dip down on the news. I've got it.
Oh, you do?
I'm going to try to share it. Hold on.
Now that's an eclipse.
Hold on.
Fuzzy nuts covering. Oh, there it is, kids. There it is. Diamond David Lee Roth. Here it comes.
Can you see it?
I see something purple.
Awesome.
Yep.
Torreón, Monclova, Musquis, donde está tu familia, Piedras Negras y Acuña.
Did you see that?
Oh, quick glimpse of something fuzzy.
Yeah.
Más
oh, no. Yeah. Hold on. Let me back it up.
Donde está tu familia.
Yeah, here comes
Negras
something.
y Acuña, donde está tu familia. Torreón,
there's the light.
Monclova, Musquis, donde está tu familia.
There's the nut
Piedras
sack.
Negras y Acuña.
One of the women gave up.
Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's fun, isn't it?
You know, it would have been kind of odd. I thought of it afterwards because it got much darker than I expected. Because I don't watch the news. I get yelled at all the time by lots of people because the news is negativity. I just don't dig it.
Nope,
but so if I don't hear from they say, then I don't really know what the hell's going on. But it was such a big to do that I did know that there was an eclipse going on. But imagine if I didn't.
Right? What's going on out here?
Oh my God, grab your stuff. Yeah, I'd be like, that'd be kind of funny. There's probably Amish that don't read the newspaper or something and be like,
oh yeah, I saw that because I actually went someplace to watch it. They were having a big event, and I was driving by Amish houses, and there were people outside, Amish people outside working. And I thought, geez, if I didn't have my daughter with me, I'd be tempted to stop and ask them, like, hey, what'd you guys think of that? You know, like, or you know, just because Amish are friendly folk.
And they would have dragged you in the outhouse and made way with you.
And while doing it, I would have asked, what did you guys think of the?
You know, I don't know about the moon, but here comes Uranus. That was stupid. Don't say it again.
Sorry.
Say it.
No.
Okay.
There are. Do you know what cicadas are?
Nope. Cookies.
Yes. They're Girl Scout cookies.
They're
little bugs. They're the loudest ones you hear. They make like the buzzing sound off in the, you know, you hear it in like wooded areas and stuff. Anyways, there's hypersexualized zombie cicadas are going to be becoming known very soon.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. They are zombies. That there are trillions of cicadas that emerge across the U.S. states. And in this spring, instead of one breed of them, two of them are coming out at the same time. And the problem is they are zombified because half their body is falling off by some sexually transmitted fungus, and they don't realize it. And it's apparently making them very horny. And they're going to try to like bang each other, but they can't because half their body's gone and just got like this big thing. I think we knew some people that dealt with similar stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we've known that's happened to some of the humans that we've. Imagine trying to give directions to a confused zombie. Like he wasn't gonna bite your face off or anything. Like, oh, you take a left down by Stewart's. Like, you know what? This ain't panning out.
Oh, I'm just trying to see if there's anything funny about any of this. Oh, yeah. So the cicadas emerge from the ground. They molt into adults. Within a week to 10 days, the fungus causes their backside and abdomens to open up. And then a chalky white plug erupts. Doesn't that happen to you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Mainly in line at the bank.
What? Sorry. I choked on something. Oh, let's see. And then it says Cicada continues to participate in normal activities once it becomes zombified and half its body falls off and turns into a fungus. And it says tries to mate and it flies around. It walks on plants. Yet a third of its body has been replaced by fungus. And it's really kind of bizarre. The expert said that the reason cicadas might be able to ignore the fungus is that it produces an amphetamine and can give it stamina.
Rohan.
It doesn't sound all bad. Talking about my daughter?
Rohan's get me heaty.
Rohan?
Rohan.
I think I want to talk my wife. Did I tell you Mavis? I want to talk my wife into
Yep.
Mavis. Yeah.
Imagine, if you just, even if the kid was right there in front of you, you still shouted it with your hand up, Rohan, because you could.
Yeah, the dad. I get to do it. Yeah.
Rohan. I don't like Rohan. Keep her away from me. Keep her away from me. No.
Wow.
Good stuff, Andy.
Thank
Good
you.
stuff.
Thank you. I mean, I have one more, but I don't know if it's accurate. I'll just briefly cover it. Guy pulled a gun on a Burger King employee. The Burger King employee was actually giving him a discount. The guy was mad. He says that his order should have been $11. The guy was only charging him $8. And he said that he was trying to explain to him that there was a promotion going on and that it was cheaper. The guy started getting angrier and angrier. He left. He came back and interrupted somebody else that was ordered, put a gun in the guy's face, and started shouting racial slurs.
I want to pay $11, you idiot.
They said that the suspect was driving a gray Honda sedan, wearing a gray sweatshirt, and they asked, and they gave a phone number because they haven't apprehended the guy yet.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say gray sweatpants. It could have been the guy that passed you on the finish line. That was him.
Could have been. He might be there this weekend. Why did I sign up for two? Yeah, he might be there.
If he's there with sweatpants on and nothing but, you have to confront him. You have to confront him.
Yeah. The biggest problem I have with these two local runs that I'm doing is there's no party atmosphere. You go to these and there's usually a party going on, and when you cross the finish line, I was thinking the night before I might drive the route and hide beers in the trees.
Oh yeah. Imagine if he was ahead of you and took all your beer on the way. Son of a bitch! There's a sweatpants trail of empty beer cans and a slight glimpse of a dude with sweatpants. Dude,
you get there and there's like his sweatpants have a huge wet piss down the front of them.
Heineken. You owe it to this man to follow him to the finish line and drop his pants 5 steps before he crosses.
I tell you, I feel like I'm in worse shape than I was before the last one, so I probably won't be able to keep up with him if he's there. He passed me last time.
Take your shirt and your socks off.
Yeah, they're probably slowing me down.
Dude, he's shedding. He's more aerodynamic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I can stop off on the run. Like, see somebody walking by, like,
what an asshole. Piss off, you. No. That'd be funnier if you got shit faced, didn't finish the run, and somebody found you humped over on a tree, like leaning up against a tree.
That would be fun.
that'd be better than the accomplishment of finishing the run.
I think so. Yeah, remember that half marathon that you got really drunk and just fell asleep halfway through? Dumb.
Andy,
where's my automobile?
Automobile. Where's Felix's sweatpants?
Was it? Does he say automobile to the grandma asking it first, or right? Does it?
Yeah.
So the grandfather asks, and then the grandmother chimes in. Where is Grandpa's automobile?
Automobile.
Yeah, I might have those backwards.
I'm not sure. But the dogger needed food. Mm-hmm. They should have fed that little Chinaman. He was hungry.
The donger needs food.
Oh, man, did he ever. And he had the big breasts. Remember, he had the big breasts in his face? That homely girl with the big breastises smearing them in Dong's face.
16 Candles. Go see 16 Candles. You'll know what we're talking about.
I'm David Lee Roth, Mr. T now.
Mm-hmm.
David Lee Roth.
Oh, now. Yeah. If only I had a
Dave,
Mr. T photo.
Dave, he wants to smoke.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find Mr. T.
Remember they had Mr. T cereal?
They did. They had Mr. T. He was a big deal.
Yeah, now he's not.
No.
Now people budge ahead of him at McDonald's. Like, oh, my word. I want a fillet of fish.
I don't know how. Oh,
Do they still sell fillet of fish?
Yes, I believe so.
Could you imagine the quality of that fish? I bet it's not fish.
Probably not.
Quality of the fish. I don't know.
Oh, this one. Hold on. Here we go. I don't know how recent this one is.
Oh, yeah. BA.
B.A. Brock.
It looks fairly recent, I would say. It looks a little more like Theo Huxtable.
He could be Theo Huxtable.
That's probably him.
Yeah, probably.
Where are they now?
So in this show, I mean, we jam-packed this show. We got to see Diamond David Lee Roth. We got to see a nutsack.
Yeah. Quick glimpse. It was an eclipse of a nutsack.
It was a nutsack eclipse.
Kid friendly.
We got to see Mr. T.
Mr. T.
I mean, what more could you ask for in a show?
Nothing.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this is stupid.
It can't get any better. We can only go down from here.
Yeah, done.
Stupid show. I don't know why anybody watches it.
I don't
know.
I watch it. I don't even know why I watch it.
I watch it too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Because we're fools, Andy. Fools. Next time, maybe we'll be more goofy and we'll laugh about stuff. I don't know. Who knows? You never know. It's live. It's unscripted. So
it's unscripted.
Piss off if you don't like it.
It was a funny show. I think
it was all right. We saw Diamond. You look at the ostrich. You had Nutsack. You got Diamond David Lee Roth.
Anybody wants to piss and moan me because I talked about running? It's our show.
Yeah, and you know what? We won't talk about Diamond Dave anymore. But we did this time. We had pictures. So fuck you.
Yes.
Oh. There he is. Oh,
there he is.
Never gets old. Look at Dave.
He's happy. Dave.
That's Cannabis Dave.
Diamond Dave has never looked happier.
Oh, no, that's him in a stoplight. It's green, Dave. It's green.
You're going to go?
Jump.
Oh, plus we told everybody that murderer OJ Simpson died.
Yeah, fuck him too.
Fuck him.
OJ, like who cares? If we cork off, it's not going to be on the news. The guy murdered people. He was an athlete. Who gives a flying fuck, right? Huh? Yeah. I mean, if you saw OJ at Stewart, you wouldn't be like, hey, OJ. You'd be like, look, there he is. He's sharpening his knife. He's sharpening it. Who cares? Nobody cares.
No.
Nobody. Bye, Andy.
Bye. All right. That's our show.
Yeah.
This is garbage. Absolute garbage. But thank you for watching. We appreciate It's a bird. It's not even real.
Nah, birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
But anyways.
That's our show. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Lenny, for making it all possible.
Thank you, Andy.
Remember to never play leapfrog with you. Oh, drive fast, stay to the left. Never play leapfrog with a unicorn. And remember to always keep on keeping on.
Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave. All for you, Dave. All for you.